What's up, guys? It's Migs with Market Open. I guess we'll go ahead and do the midday market recap. Um, there's no nice way of putting it, man. I got my ass handed to me today, and I guess I was overdue there on that one. I lost $752 today. Bunch of little scalps here and there. Instead of going through all of them, I'm gonna go through some of the winners and my biggest losers here, so we don't just waste a bunch of time and see how impulsive I was. But yeah, before I get into this, I know I literally just did the Mentorship Monday, which was yesterday. I talked about controlling your emotions is definitely the hardest part of trading stocks. And this just goes to show you, I'm just trying to be transparent with you guys, that when you start over trading and you lose right off the bat and you hit your max loss and you just keep trading like you know you're not supposed to, things can just kind of spiral out of control like they did today. I mean, I wouldn't say spiral out of control. I mean, this is not like a massive loss, like I blew up my account or anything. I basically did 2.5 times my max loss for the day. But to me, this is a lot, and this really shouldn't happen. After I hit my $300 max loss for the day, it's just I should be done. But it's so hard to try to stick to that rule whenever it happens within the first 10, 15, 20 minutes or so. And you're just like, okay, one more shot. And then it's just one more shot turns into 5 more shots, 10 more shots. So commissions is definitely going to get me today. And owe every bit of it to them and to just over trading. So kind of deserve that one. It was, I guess, a little bit overdue since I have been doing pretty well the past couple of weeks. So let's see. Right off the bat, I know I took a trade on MU. I believe I took it here on the 1 minute. So now talk about putting your stop 2 cents away in the wrong spot. So MU was gapping up this morning, continuation play from, I believe, yesterday. Yep, so yesterday it was a ripper. And this morning was gapping up as well. And I tell myself I'm not going to get into until the third candle, which I got in here on the second candle, I believe, so 9:32. Actually, no, I did get in on the third candle. So I got in right here over the highs for an ORB. Now, this is where the problem lies. Right here at the bottom, my stop is supposed to be the bottom of the second candle, which is 62.38, right? Now here it came all the way back and I got kicked out, I believe, very next minute at 62.42. So not really quite sure how that happened. I'm pretty sure I put my stop at 62.40, which I shouldn't have done that either because the bottom of this candle is 62.38. I should have put it at 62.37. So I never really would have gotten kicked out, but I lost, what did I lose? I lost $100 and some immediately. I think it was like $120, $130 immediately. Then I got in on this 1 minute flag here on MU, which was 300 shares. So from 62.40, 62.68. So I got in right here at 73.34. So it should have been this candle. And let's see here, added another. Let's see here, over 63. Yeah, so the bottom of that was this candle. And then I believe I added another 150 at 40, which is probably up here. Yep, so here. So pulls back, goes up, pulls back, goes up. Over 63, I really should have added it here over 62.88. And then put my stop here at 62.55. So then, now I'm risking a lot more. And I got kicked out all 450 shares right at 62.33. So this is kind of where I took that really big loss. Now, also because I was trading X during this time, I didn't have my stop on MU. Usually, I'll try, if it's just one stock I'm looking at, I won't have a hard stop. But if I'm looking at something else and I'm not paying attention to it, I'll go ahead and put a hard stop and just move it over into the other monitor. So I went ahead and added here over 63, put the stop here, but, mental stop was there, but it actually kicked me out right here in this candle. So I took a loss there at 62.33. I believe that It's kind of what led me to the $356 loss. So now it is, let's see here. It is 9:43. We're 13 minutes in, and I'm already down $350. Technically, this is really where I should have stopped. So because that is over my max loss, and I should just be done for the day. Because statistically, if I lose over $300 and I try to come back, 80% of the time, it will just keep going and get worse and worse and worse and worse. And what happened today? If you don't have data behind this, backing it, you're not going to be able to set these sort of rules for yourself. So it's very important for you to go back and look at your data that you have like on an Excel sheet. And if you know that after a certain point, if you lose this much money, it just gets worse. So I know for me, that number is around $300. So anytime that I'm over $300 and I lose that much, I know that I should stop. But what happened? I was already in X. So now I was here on X. I went short. Let's see here. I feel like I took two shorts on X. So I went short on X at 42.13. So it's probably somewhere around here. Oh. Right at 9:35. Ooh, actually, yeah. So let me go back to the 1 minute. 9:35. Okay, so right here should be right at the bottom of this candle. So 42, 9:35. I guess I must have missed it, and I waited for the pull back up. So I shorted 250 shares. My stop was going to be up here, and as you can see, it came down, and it. Let's see here. It didn't really quite hit my 1-to-1. 42.13. No. It didn't really quite hit my 1-to-1, and it started curling back up. So here at this point, if it should have, I think it should have gotten out here. So I shorted it. Let's see here. I re-shorted it. Another 250 shares right at 41.48 as it was breaking down. So it kind of went sideways for a little bit. Very viable, like justifiable short. It goes up, it pulls up, makes a lower high, and it breaks down into the whole number. Completely verifiable. I would do that every single day. But today, as you can see, it started coming back up. And I got kicked out there. Let's see here. What did I get kicked out at? Let's see. I shorted another 100, so I was short. Oof. What, 600 shares? Oh, wait. No. Hold on. Looks like I was short 1,000 shares, actually. And I had to cover here at 42.28. So right there, right at the very top of that. So as you can see, it actually would have kicked me out regardless of what I would have done. What is the loss? So I lost 257 on X. With the initial short, I re-added, and it just came down. So I want you guys to see this. So you have a high, it gives up on the highs, it comes down under the lows, it tries to go higher, gets rejected at VWAP. That's why I added, and you reset your stop at the high of that pullback. So it should, statistically, it usually comes back down, just fails and goes. But it just didn't do that today. So this pattern, I'm not really quite sure what the hit percentage on this is, like, 65, 70% or something like that. So this is that other 35 to 40% that the pattern just doesn't work. So I should have just taken my $150, $200 loss, whatever, move on. So at this point, with this loss and the MU loss, I was down $500. So, and I was in them basically both at the same time, and could have stopped there. Now, let's talk about VXX. So as typical, I'll put them side by side here. Let me unlink that, and then I'll bring this up. All right, so the market was gapping up this morning. It closed yesterday around 278.50. So I figured right here in this area, if it went high, I knew it has a gap to close on the downside, so I just kept that in the back of my mind after I went and I lost those other, what's it called, those other trades. I was like, okay, well, the market's got to close on the downside. And as soon as it broke here in this area, I went long on VXX. So if you see here, this is the complete inverse. So I went long right around here at 39.40, I believe. So let's see. Let's look for that one. VXX right here. Yep. So VXX right at 39.30. What was that? 39.31 and 39.38. So right around here, I got filled. I was thinking, okay, we made a lower high. We made a lower high, and we should, as long as we stay under this, we should keep going lower. So this actually kind of ties back to exactly what I was saying with X. So you go up, you pull back, you give up on the highs, and then it pulls back up, makes a lower high. And this is typically what it does. It just tries to go back up, it fails, and it just tanks. So this is the 70, 60%, whatever I was talking about. So most of the time, this is typically what happens. You make a lower high, you basically just draw a line in the middle right here of where you think if the line crosses, and then it's just going to go. Also, that could have been the lows here for the day. So if it crosses that line, you know it's just going to tank, and your stop should be over that last low. So for me, what that was, this was me anticipating getting in a little bit early here with my stop down here at the 39.07. So if you see it goes up, VXX pulls down, it pulls up, or no, it pulls down, VXX pulls up, down, up. So now I'm thinking, okay, lower high, this is what's going to happen. As long as we stay within this trend, we should be okay, and I'm just going to load into it. So right here, this is where I went long, and I just held it. I basically knew that it was, I didn't know. I was pretty sure it was going to fill the gap, and that's exactly what it did. So I held it all the way down here till we fill the gap, and I went ahead and got out with 500 shares. So I got rid of, let's see here, I got rid of 250 right at 39.90, another 100 at 39.88, another 150 at 39.85. So with that, I made $271 on that. And there were a bunch of other little scalps here and there that I took, AVGO, OSTK, DSW, very small loss, small win on JD, kind of a bigger loss on JD on that one. You can tell right here between JD is that I was getting very frustrated because the red means that I went short and I lost on that. This means I went long. That means I'm going counter trend. That's when you know I'm very frustrated. Actually, let me go back and cover OSTK. This loss on OSTK, it's kind of a pain because I was right. It's just I didn't do it during the right time. So during this time, the market was obviously tanking, and I knew OSTK usually does it as well. So I kind of looked at my stocks that were headed down. I'm not sure if it's on here anymore. Let's see here. That change. Actually, let's filter it out by volume. So OSTK on here. No, OSTK is no longer on here. So it was earlier this morning because it just makes such a large move on the way down. So it opened up at 58 and it just went all the way down to 54 within the first like 30 minutes or so. So I waited for it to come back up to VWAP and it started consolidating here. And what I did is, I'll show it to you guys as I saw it here. So I was expecting it to get rejected here at VWAP. And what I did is I got short right at 55. So 54.95, I waited for it to crack. My stop was going to be here at 55.30. But as you can see, the very next candle kind of kicked me. Now, if you think a stock is going to do something and you get kicked out the first time, just because you got kicked out the first time doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. So this is really all about timing. So just because I was wrong on this one, I should have kept it on my list or on another monitor, or maybe put it down here, and I would have been able to watch it. Now, if you see it kind of put in a topping tail here, it gave up on the highs, and it went under 55. So as soon as it went under 55, I could have put my stop up here at 55.85. Obviously, it would have been a lot less shares, probably 125 shares. But if you can see on here, I was 100% right. I just got the timing wrong. So if I would have shorted it here at 55, I would have hit 54. What are we at now? 52.30. So I would have gotten my 2 to 1 on that, and I would have made pretty good profits. So that was my fault, probably just out of frustration. I just was trying to find something else that would try and get back some of those profits. But yeah, those are really the important ones. I don't want to bore you guys with all the little trades that I took, like DSW, counter trend trade on JD, and Macy's was actually one of the stocks that was moving up as the market was actually tanking. So I actually got into it here as it was curling back up. And just like OSTK, I was actually right as well. It did end up hitting my target, but that really wasn't my stop. So I got in somewhere around here, 30.05. My stop was here at 29.95. Let's see here. Actually, no. I got in right there. It came down, hit my stop, and it actually made a bottom and then started curling back up. So I guess I put my stop at the wrong place, but initially that's usually where I put my stop. It's the last red candle, especially when it gets bought back up. So I was right, just the timing wasn't right again. But yeah, this is definitely something I need to work on with the max $300 loss. Because when I do take a loss, it's considerably bigger. So I don't have a problem with taking a loss that's under the $300. If I'm wrong, cool, that's fine. You know, that's just part of the game. You have to get used to it. But when you lose and it just starts spiraling out of control, that's when you know you have to learn to control yourself. So that's definitely something I need to work on. And I will continue working on that here in the near future. So like I always tell you guys, if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave it down in the comments section below. If you guys have not joined our Facebook group, I put my watch list there every single day for you guys to be able to profit off of. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.